Hey YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. And here on Not Sort for Mum today, we're doing a sort of Q&A. This was set up by Vinyl Dale. He's part of the vinyl community, and I've just sort of started getting into it. I've been collecting records for ages, but the whole YouTube vinyl community I've only really got into in the sort of like the last month or so, I would say. Anyway, he set 20 questions. Who are you? Yeah, have a go, see what we can come up with. I've got them all written down, so if I keep staring at a bit of paper, you know what I'm doing. Okay, it's just getting things right in my head and just go for it, really. Okay, so number one, it says, in 2 words, sum up your record collection. Surprisingly diverse. That's what I would say. I've got quite a lot of different bands and artists that people probably wouldn't expect me to like, but I do. So, there you go. That's that one. Number 2. What formats, other than vinyl, do you collect and the reasons why? Yeah, you can see from here I've got a ton of CDs. CDs was probably my go-to thing initially, and probably since maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, I've started getting back into records again. I always had loads and loads of records anyway, but then obviously CD came out. It wasn't as important. So yeah, I mean CDs primarily. I'm not one for really MP3s than that. I'd much rather have the physical formats. And cassette, yeah, I've got some, but I've got nothing to play them on, so I don't really collect them as such. Number 3, who inspired you to create your channel? Well, I've been doing the channel for 6 years now anyway, but really the record side of it, the music side of it, was probably inspired by Jimmy Barnes. Some of you may well know him. Yeah, I mean, he's been a mate of mine for quite a long time anyway, and he knew that I love music, and I really, really do, and he said, you know, do some stuff, you know, share what you've got. So, yeah, generally speaking, that's what I do whenever I buy anything. I try and show off. I try and show off past stuff that I've had for a while that you may not have seen before, that kind of thing. Yeah, really, I would say it's probably down to Jimmy. Probably got me back into collecting records, full stop, for the most part. He certainly helped me get a decent turntable and speakers, so yeah. To monetize or not to monetize? Honestly, I'm not that bothered. You know, if the chance arose, would I take it? Probably, yeah. Would it be nice to make a living out of doing this? Yeah, sure. But the chances of that happening are virtually nil, right? I don't ever expect to get there, to be at the level where I can make a living out of this, right? Really don't see it happening. So I'm just happy doing what I'm doing, and for that matter, with monetizing, you have to be careful sometimes of what you say, and I've never been one for doing that, so I just speak my mind, so, you know, there you go. What's more important, subs or views? I used to think it was subs, but it's not. It's not. It doesn't matter if somebody subs or not. As long as people are watching your content and they enjoy what you do, yeah, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I think subs is a secondary thing. Again, would it be nice to have more subs? Yeah, of course. But it's not the end of the world, and I'd much rather that some stranger come in, maybe watch one of my videos, and maybe never watch my channel again, but like that particular video. That, you know, that's fine. So, yeah. Right. Digital or analog? What do you prefer? Or would you collect most of? I would say probably digital more than anything else. I don't know if I prefer it, but it's certainly more of what I've got. Again, you can see from the CDs I've got on the back, I've got quite a lot. But I like both. I like both. You know, I'm quite happy with both. Um, yeah, it's about the music at the end of the day. What it's on isn't so much of an issue. It's just get what you want. Yeah, so if it's digital analog, doesn't really matter to me. You know, it's all good. I do like the sound of vinyl a lot, especially if it's an older record. And yeah, I like the hisses and the pops and all the rest of it. But I've probably got more analog, more digital and CDs than anything else. So yeah, there you go. Number 7. Do you the feet? Sorry. Do you feel the Beatles are spoke of too much in the vinyl community? Well, as I say, I've not been in the vinyl community very long, but I'd say yeah, probably. I mean, a lot of people cover them, and I myself try and feature bands that people may have heard of, but aren't overly familiar with, because I think it broadens people's musical horizons a bit more. You know, alright, they may listen to it and think, I don't like that, I'm not listening to that again, and that's fair enough, that's their prerogative. But at least if you're putting different stuff out there rather than the same sort of thing over and over again that everyone else has done, then, you know, it does get a bit samey. So yeah, I think they are to an extent. But then you know I could listen to the Beatles quite happily. Um, you know they're a decent enough band, but I probably wouldn't be able to say anything more than has already been said. So yeah. Uh, right. Where are we? Number 8. Do live streams benefit the vinyl community, or do you think they do more harm than good? Right. Well, I actually do a stream with Jimmy Barr, as I mentioned before. We've only just started doing it, and we talk about music in various different ways. It's not just about vinyl records or whatever. It's music as a whole. Yeah, whatever that might be. Um, I've not really, I've not really been around the vinyl community enough to know whether they do more harm than good. I think it really depends on the person. It depends on the subject matter, and it depends on. You can be informative, but don't be overly informative. Let people discover things for themselves. So you can put a little bit of information about the band or whoever they happen to be. Yeah. We talked about music videos, and I gave a basic thing of who produced it, a little bit about maybe the technical side, and if it won any awards, and then what it was about. But I didn't try and overly do it with facts. So keep it light, keep it interesting, but entertaining at the same time. Yeah, you don't want people dozing off in the middle of watching it. If you're just going, people are going to switch off in an instant. They're not going to care. So people that do it like that, yeah, that is harmful to the vinyl community. But if you put a bit of yourself into it, you have fun doing it. What more can you ask for? I think that's good if you can do that. Right, number 9. Do you feel you're always honest in your videos? Do you worry about telling the truth or offending others? I think I'm pretty honest. I will call a spade a spade. Yeah, if I don't like something, I'll say so. I do try and be constructive where I can. Maybe not always. Maybe sometimes I forget, and I do maybe slag things off a little bit, which isn't always helpful. But yeah, I'm an honest guy. I say it as I see it. Some people don't like that, but I'm not going to pretend to be otherwise. So, number 10. Are compilations frowned upon in the VC? Again, not been around long enough to know. From a personal standpoint, I don't generally go for them. I have a few, but that's usually ones I've been given. If it depends on whether you include things like soundtracks, where it's got multiple different artists on it. Is that a compilation, or is that just literally a soundtrack album? Yeah, it's. I mean, I've brought some what I call cover version albums. So there was. I've not got it anymore. Unfortunately, there was Red Hot and Blue, which was the AIDS awareness type thing that came out in the 90s, I think it was. And that was, you could regard that as a compilation. But it was covering Cole Porter songs, and it was all, uh, it was originally done, shall we say. If you're strictly speaking about things like the Now and the best, the Now tapes and all the rest of it, yeah, I don't really go for those because, one, there's a lot of music I probably don't like these days, and yeah, I'd much rather have a best of album or an album, one album by an artist, and that would be it. So, I suppose they've kind of got their place, but it's not really my cup of tea, to be honest. Okay. Number 11. What do you think about shorts? Now, by shorts, I'm assuming what he means is the ones where you do it in portrait mode on your phone, and it lasts for about a minute, and that's it. Most of them I can't stand. Most of them I think are daft. I think they're a waste of time. Yeah, but the ones I've seen for the VC tend to be okay. Um, it's playing a bit of a record. Yeah, I personally, I put a bit more information in when I'm playing the record, but that's just me. And I'll talk about the record. But again, that's my personal preference. If you just want to play a bit of a tune to introduce people to the record, that's fine. Yeah. But the ones where people are doing silly crap and doing dancing and lip syncing, all the rest of it, yeah, no. No, I just think that's a waste of time, and quite irritating, really. Especially if the person's doing it, it's just well, I mean, I don't know how to describe it really, but they're wasting everybody's time by doing what they're doing. I want to watch a video. I want it to be fun. I want it to be entertaining. Yeah, not just somebody sat there making a twat of themselves, basically. So, yeah, overall shorts, I can't stand them, but in the vinyl community, they do seem to work. So, yeah. Right. Number 12. What are your pet peeves of watching VC videos? Well, I've kind of said that about it. People lacking passion. People just sitting there. Yeah? Put yourself into it. If you're nervous, I get it. I get it. You're nervous. You've not done it before. Yeah, you're a bit worried about what people are going to think. Yeah, okay, I get it. But try and put a bit of personality into what you do. Yeah? People aren't just there for what you're going to play. Alright, some people maybe, I suppose. But put a bit of yourself into it. Yeah? Have fun with what you're doing. Because otherwise, what's the point? What's the point? If it's a chore, why bother? Complete waste of time. And people will switch off in an instance if they don't get some kind of level of personality in it. Yeah? So that's a pet peeve. It's a lack of personality when people are doing stuff. Okay, what next? 13. What do you prefer? Oh, What do you prefer if you could only choose one thing? American music or British music? I very hard, very hard, because there's a lot of American bands I do like. But if I was being 100% honest, I would say stick with the British bands. I'm a big fan of 90s Brit rock. Um, just there was a distinct sound to it, and for Britpop as well, for that matter, there was a distinct sound to it. It was quintessentially British, and obviously, being English, British, that speaks to me a lot more than, say, the American stuff would. Again, that's not to say I don't enjoy American music, because there's some incredible bands out there from America, and for that matter, not just America, other countries, Australia, yeah, Germany, yeah, there's probably some, well, there are French artists that I like, yeah, you like what you like, but yeah, if it was a choice of one or the other, or any of them, it would be British for definite, yeah. Okay, number 14, are you a completionist? Now, by that is meaning, do you have to go out and get everything by a set band? And yes, for my favourite bands, definitely yes, right? I will try and get everything I can. Not to the extent that you've got like 15 different copies of the same album, although I have sort of done that. But as long as I've got the album in one format, and probably every single that artist has done, then I'm quite happy. If there's a few obscurities, there's things like picture this and that, I may get them. It really depends on how much it speaks to me as an item on its own. Yeah, but as long as I've got every song, right, every album and every single in some format, I'm quite happy with that. I may get the rest at a later date, but if I don't, it's not the end of the world. As for other artists that I'm not so bothered about, but I do like their stuff, get it on CD, that's fine. Yeah, I don't have to get every album by them. A best of is fine. That's all well and good. And, yeah, for artists I like, yes, complete them. Other artists, whatever. Okay, where are we at? Number 15. As a collector, do you ever feel you move your collection around more often than you would like? I don't think so now. Maybe I used to, but by and large, I've got stuff where I want it. Certainly as far as the CDs are concerned, I've got the bands where I need them. Occasionally, I will move the odd bit just to fit in a new album. Yeah, but I don't go through it and do alphabetical order or anything like that. It's mainly buy the bands, and then anything else is extra, and that's it. Records, I have got to have a sort through because I've got quite a bit of stuff that needs putting away. So yes, then I probably will go through and have a good old go through. But it's every once in a while. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe once every 6 months or something like that I might do it. Yeah, there's no set time scale. It's as and when it needs it. Yeah, and that's it. Okay. 16. Are you a ranker that enjoys ranking? I know that question's always going to get a laugh. By ranking, it means you got a set of albums by an artist, and some other than albums, you rank them from 10 down to 1. Okay. I don't generally do that. Do I have a favourite artist? Yes, I do. Do I prefer them more than I would the next artist along? Yes, I do. But I don't go out of my way to say, oh, this band's better than that band, and that band's better than that band, or this album's better than that album. Oh, I don't like that album, but that album was good, or whatever. Right? I don't do that. I do watch other people that do it, because I do want to hear what they think. right? I value people's opinions about things, right? I may even disagree with them to an extent, but I don't go out of my way to do that myself. Another reason being is that my tastes, my thoughts on such matters can change on a weekly basis. I may go back to an album I listened to for a while and suddenly think, you know what, that's actually better than blah 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 blah, right? But that's for that week. And then another week I go and listen and go, no, it's not. What was I talking about? That one's better. So yeah, it's not it's not sort of content that I'm going to make. I just it's not something that I think I need to do, or people would really be that interested in, to be honest. Um, but yeah, I enjoy other people doing it, so that's fine. But then, you know, they're people that I support anyway, so it doesn't matter what the content is, I'll watch it anyway. That's the type of bloke I am. Okay. 17. Do you strive for audiophile quality or just in it for music? I'd say mainly in the music, and the reason why I say that is because people that know me know that I've got hearing loss. So, yes, when I listen to it, I want it to be crisp, right? I want it to be clear. But it's like watching a Blu-ray movie as opposed to a DVD. The Blu-ray may sound better, right? But I can't really tell. As long as I can hear what the artist is doing, and you get that nice bit where you got the, because I put the old headphones on when I listen to music, and you get that nice bit where the sounds are bouncing around from speaker to speaker, yeah, the music sort of travelling, if you will, around, then that's fine enough for me. Yeah, it doesn't. I'm not worried about whether it's lo-fi or mo-fi or this, that, and the other. Yeah. Do I prefer stereo to mono? Yes, because of the very reasons I've said. But again, if I've got a mono record, I still listen to it. You know, it's not a major issue. So yeah, it's I prefer it. I get the music. I like the music. End of story. Okay. What are 5 important things or values within the VC? So for me personally, number 1, you got to have a sense of humour. Don't take yourself too seriously. All right. You know, if that's your way, that's your way, right? But personally, I prefer to people have a bit of a laugh, take the piss out of yourself, maybe even take a little bit of piss out of the music you're listening to it, right? If it's a bit daft or whatever, have a chuckle. Because if you're a miserable bastard, I think most people ain't gonna want to know. So yeah, passion as well. So love what you do. Come across as genuine. You love what you do. You speak about it with a bit of oomph, yeah, for want of a better word, you know. And don't be afraid to show that. Never be afraid to show it. Okay, honesty, obviously, and I think that goes in part and parcel with what I've said already. Yeah, and I was also saying about be yourself, right? So it's all interconnected. Yeah, be who you are. Be true to yourself. Don't fake it. Yeah. I know I said have a sense of humour, but if you haven't got one, then you know, don't try and make shit jokes, right? Unless it's deliberate, right? Or you know it's a shit joke. And then the last one on that is respect other people's opinions. Yeah? Even if you don't agree with what they say, respect it. Yeah? Even if they're being quite negative, respect it. Yeah? I do prefer people that when they say, oh, I don't like so and so and so and so, they don't go, oh, it's a bit shit. Right? I'd rather people sort of like elaborate on it a little bit more. But you know, even that, respect that person's opinion. Yeah, because at the end of the day, whether you agree with it or whether you don't, yeah, they have a right to it. Yeah, as much as you do. Okay. So we're not far off. We finished. I've got 2 more to do. How well do you know your collection? Do you know what you have? And do you know how many you have? I certainly don't know how many I have. I've got loads. As I say, you can see from the CD, I've got loads there. I would probably say, at a rough guess, with the LPs and everything else, I've probably got about 1,000 pieces, maybe. I really, really don't know. Do I know what I've got? By and large, yeah. I have bought duplicates before, because I've forgotten whether I've got it on a certain format. That's usually if I'm doing the said about completeness earlier. So I might go for the 7-inch, the 12-inch, the CD single, and the tape. Yeah. So sometimes I do forget which ones I've got. But usually when I'm getting a duplicate, I've got it pretty cheap, so I'm not too worried. And at the end of the day, if I find I have, I can pass it on to somebody else. But yeah, by and large, I know what I've got. Yeah, I think that's basically it with that one. And the final question is, what do you prefer to label yourself as in the vinyl community? So, am I a content creator, an influencer, a vlogger, right, a VC member, or a mini celebrity? Well, I'm definitely not a mini celebrity. That I bloody do know, right? And I'm not going to pretend otherwise. I think anybody, right? And I don't care how big your bloody channel is. I do not care what you do, what you talk about, yeah? I don't care if you've got 30 subs, right? Or you've got 2 million. You're not a celebrity, not even a mini celebrity. You're just, you know, and this is how I class myself. I'm just some bloke that makes stuff for YouTube. Content creator sounds a bit almost slightly egotistical because you're just making videos. I suppose yes, it is content, but you know, I don't think of it like that. It's just right. Here's a video I want to make. I'll make it. There you go. So yeah, I'm just some random bloke on YouTube that enjoys what he does. That's it. End of story. So anyway, speaking of which, that is it. Probably a lot longer video than I intended because I've waffled on a lot, but then that's what I do. But again, being honest, right? Fair play. Just want to say thank you to Vinyl Dale for coming up with these questions. It's been a lot of fun to do. Please, please, please go over and I'll put a link in the video up in the corner somewhere. I think it's up here somewhere, is it? Or is it it's that side, isn't it? I always get the wrong side. Anyway, wherever it is, click on the link, go and pay him a visit, tell him I sent you, yeah, and enjoy what he does as well. Because I'm what I've seen so far, I'm quite enjoying his content. And whilst you're at it as well, because he's got me into this, and I said he's probably the main influencer when it comes to doing this sort of content, yeah, and he's sort of like, God, Jay, stop being lazy, get on with it, do this video, you don't want to. I was like, yeah, alright, fair enough, mate, I will. But yeah, go and sub to Mr. Jimmy Barnes, right, really good mate of mine, probably one of my best friends on YouTube as far as, well, music, Funko Pops, all the rest of it is concerned. Really, really good guy, and he deserves his channel to move onwards and upwards. So yeah, anyway, that's it, folks. Thanks ever so much for watching. Leave some comments below. Let me know what you think of this. maybe have a go yourself. But if you do, obviously, please refer it to Vinyl Dale rather than me, because it's his idea. Yeah, and go and watch it. Go and watch his original, because he did actually answer the questions himself. So it gives you an idea of what he's sort of looking for in your content. Hopefully, I've done a decent job of it. I don't know. You be the judge. Anyway, that really is it. Enough waffle. Shut the hell up now. And I'll catch you in another video sometime down the road. Bye bye.